It's your host, David Flatt, back with another episode of The Bird's Nest. So, since today is the first episode of The Bird's Nest, I just want to give you guys a little summary about what One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is about. So, the book follows a man named Chief Brondon. He pretends to be deaf so none of the other people in the same asylum bother with him. Now, the next character that's introduced is the nurse. Now, the nurse is no normal nurse. She's a very large woman. She's control over everyone and everything at all times. So one day, the chief is just chilling out, and they bring in a man named Randall McMurphy. Now, Randall McMurphy is different than all the other patients in the same asylum. He's normal, and as soon as McMurphy gets there, he messes with all the patients, talking about, oh, let's gamble, which makes the nurse be even more suspicious of him. Our first rhetorical device from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is going to come from Part 1, Chapter 1. Now, Ken Kesey, the author, first describes the big nurse as her fingers being the same color of her lips, a funny orange color, like the tip of a soldering iron. A color so hot or cold, if she touches you, you can't tell which. This right here is an important simile in the book, because the nurse is very, very bipolar during the book. On one hand, she's very nice with all the patients, and on the other hand, she can send anyone she wants to get shocked or lobotomized. Another reason why this is important is because when the nurse talks to figures of authority, such as the leaders of the hospital, she's very upfront and professional. But when she talks with the patients and the other workers, she's very commanding and rude. Our next example is talking about McMurphy. Now, McMurphy uses the words pecking party, and the pecking party describes where chickens see blood on another chicken and start all hurting each other until they're all bloody and killing each other. Now, the nurse gets one of the men to reveal his weakness, and everyone else starts following her and pecking at him, and they all start attacking him mentally and physically. In Chapter 1, Chief is talking about how they don't bother not talking out loud about their hate secrets when I'm nearby because they think I'm deaf and dumb. Everybody thinks so. I'm cagey enough to fool them that much. If my being half Indian ever helped me in any way in this dirty life, it helps me being cagey. Helped me all these years. Now, the author uses specific words, such as cagey, twice, which means he really wants to get the emphasis that we're talking about birds and the illusion of birds. Now, in the story, Chief is hiding in the closet, and he remembers an experience he and his dad had when he was little. And I quote, "Dog running in circles underneath, too much smell around him to point for sure. The bird's safe as long as he keeps still. He's holding out pretty good, but the dog keeps sniffing and circling, louder and louder. Then the bird breaks, feathers springing, jumps out of the cedar into the birdshot from Papa's gun." Now, this gives very good foreshadowing because as the story goes on, Chief is a huge bystander to everything that's going around him. And since he's keeping still, he's keeping out of trouble, while the dog, aka the nurse, is going around hunting everyone, looking for the slightest weakness she could prey on. Our next example begins with this quote. McMurphy doesn't say a word. He's got that same puzzled look on his face, like there's something that isn't right, something he can't put his finger on. He just sits there looking at Harding, and Harding's ruined smile fades, and he goes to fidgeting around for McMurphy, staring at him so weirdly. He swallows and says, "As a matter of fact, there are only a few men on the ward who are committed. Only Scanlon, and well, I guess some of the chronics, and you. Not many commitments in the whole hospital. No, not many at all." This is important foreshadowing because it shows in the future how they're not committed to help and just in it for the money, not for the patients. Our final rhetorical device comes from near the end of the book. The big, hard body had a tough grip on life. It fought a long time against having it taken away, flailing and thrashing around so much I finally had to lie full length on top of it and scissor the kicking legs with mine while I mashed the pillow into the face. I lay there on top of the body for what seemed days, until the thrashing stopped. until it was still a while, and it shuddered once, and it was still again. Here, the author uses repetition, with words such as big, hard, tough, fighting, flailing, thrashing, and mashed. The author uses these words specifically to show what a hard and tough life Murphy had out and inside of the hospital. Well, that wraps up episode 1, and next week we'll be discussing the author's life. And we'll see you guys next time on the Bird's Nest.